Hello friend, today we are going to take a few moments to talk about shrimp. I had someone ask me recently, can you keep shrimp with a betta? So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna make a little video. I'm just gonna share my view on keeping shrimp with your betta and hopefully help you if you are considering whether or not you should do so. About 10 years ago when I had a little 10-gallon, we decided to get some shrimp because we just thought they looked kind of cool. So we got some ghost shrimp. And ghost shrimp get their name because they are mostly clear. I mean, you can see their inside. You can see the insides of their bodies. It's actually pretty neat. I'm not sure why we got that kind of specific. It's probably because we went to Petco, because in my area we didn't really have very many pet stores. I remember buying about 3 shrimp at a time, and we'd put them in the tank, and after about a day, they would disappear. And then we would look and we'd look for them, and sometimes we would find remains, sometimes we wouldn't. And I don't know if we ever really put 2 and 2 together and thought, hey, Betta is murdering these. I think we just thought that they didn't really do very well in the tank, or they weren't supposed to live as long, which honestly, shrimp are supposed to live more than a week. So since then, I've always been kind of hesitant to try shrimp in my 2 Betta tanks that I have now, so I just really haven't. But if you are looking at getting shrimp for your Betta tank, there really is one main thing that you need to keep in mind. Every Betta really is different. They are their own little self. They have their own different likes and dislikes and their favorite things, favorite foods, and they will go after certain fish more than others, and they will go after shrimp and snails. My Betta Alexander, he eats the baby ram's horn snails, so really he helps keep that population under control, whereas my other Betta, William, he will not touch them. So they're all very different. They all have their different likes and dislikes. So if you want to try shrimp, I would say get a few and then just see what happens. If they die within a few days, it's likely that you probably are wasting your money if you buy more because you probably also have a shrimp assassin. But there is one thing that you can do to give the shrimp a much higher chance of living, and that is to have a fully planted tank, a heavily planted tank. This just means that you have a bunch of plants in there, you have a bunch of places that your shrimp can duck and hide. Generally, this is what you would do in a community tank if you were going to put other little fish in with your Betta as well. You would want to have a lot of coverage because sometimes those fish like to hide. It's the same thing for shrimp. Your shrimp is going to have a much higher chance if your tank is heavily planted. So just keep that in mind. As you can see right now, Alexander's on the hunt. I can just study and watch him and know that there's no way a shrimp would survive in that tank. There's absolutely no way. So before you get a shrimp, you can just sit and study your Betta. If you haven't had him for a long time, just sit and study him. If you have any snails in there, see how he behaves towards the snails as well, because some Bettas flare at the snails. Some act like they're not even there. Others eat their young. So, you know, everybody has a different disposition. I have seen a lot of people, which I have to be honest, sometimes I am a little bit envious, because their Betta does wonderful with shrimp, and they have the beautiful little cherry shrimp. There are many different shrimp, different variations, different colors. I've seen some blue and red ones, but they're able to keep them with their Betta because they are more peaceable. So study your Betta, see how he acts in his environment already. Make sure that your tank has a lot of hiding spaces and preferably has a lot of plants in there for your shrimp to duck under if you needed to. My friend, I hope that helped you decide whether or not you want to put shrimp in your tank. If you already have shrimp in your tank, please put in the comments how is that going, or if you've ever tried shrimp. I would love to hear how your experience went. If you haven't yet, don't forget to follow me on all my socials. I love to post fun content as well as updates on both my Betta tanks. Sometimes I do little live streams on my Instagram. And don't forget to check out the Betta Fish Forum on Facebook. It is a wonderful group where you can connect with fellow Betta fish keepers from all over the world. All right, I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you soon.